let's call the meeting to order here, and let's have the Pledge of Allegiance by Lion Steve.
Sorry, I don't have a flag ready quite yet. Let's fake it.
Yep. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Close, very close.
Very close. Well,
you almost had
it. I get nervous without the flag.
I can pull one. I got one up there.
Right. Take two.
Okay, let's do
okay, Bill's going to join on 2 devices.
Ooh.
Bill's got 2 devices. We have 2 Bill Grazianos?
Yes,
yeah,
because 1 is not enough.
Especially if you're Italian. Okay. And we can ask Lion Joe Farah to do the invocation for us, please.
There are you.
On this Memorial Day week, let's take a few moments to reflect on our heroic servicemen and servicewomen who lost their lives and received wounds in defending our country in its wars and conflicts. So let's have a moment of reflection.
One more second.
Oh,
Hey, Bill, mute one of your items.
pardon me, Lyle?
I was talking to Bill Graziano. I'm sorry, Joe. My apologies.
Amen.
Amen.
Man.
Thank you, Joe.
Well, due to the fact that our tail twister isn't here, he's probably having fun someplace. Okay. We need to introduce those people that are here, and the one that knows all of them is probably Lion Lyle. So would you go around and introduce everybody?
I will go around the screen in no particular order. We have Lion Zenaida Lahan, Lion Sharon Eberhardt, Lion Joe Farah, Lion Bob Lahan, Lion George Soleil, Lion Steve Martin, and Lion Bill Graziano.
Good.
And last but not least is myself, Lion Lyle Workman, and that is no lion. There you go.
All right. Lion Joe, do we have any fantastic correspondence we need to cover?
No fantastic or no unfantastic correspondence.
Okay. All right. That takes care of that.
We do have one thing, and that is the Lions Eye Foundation winter spring 2020-2021 newsletter.
Yes.
I have that. If anybody wants it, let me know. I will forward it to them.
Yes, and we are mentioned in it as one of the donors or etc. I noticed that we are mentioned in it. Okay. Do we have any committee reports? Do we need a committee at this time? I think we need a committee or 2, but I don't see any committee reports because the community's not up and running. The 49ers. Lyle, did I send you the full schedule or just a preseason schedule?
Frankly, I haven't even looked at it. The schedule. I looked at your email, but not the schedule.
Okay.
I will not even look at that until the end of the month when I start filling everything out.
Okay. All right. And all right. The crab feed we're working on in the background.
Yes.
Okay.
I hope.
One of the things I wanted to bring up is the installation of the new officers, etc., on Saturday, July 17. I assume, always a bad word, that everybody here will be here will be there along with a friend or two or three.
That's a lunch, am I correct?
It is a lunch
Yes.
at, the bar at 12 and the lunch at 12:30. Yeah, the cost is $30. We have a choice of, we'll send this to you because I've got to know who wants what. We have to pick, two things. And I think we may,
Line president, if you will
Yeah.
allow me, I will share my screen very quickly.
share your screen, please.
And this is a website called Spark Chart. And a couple weeks ago, after the last meeting, I sent a survey out to everyone that has an email address, 16 of our 19 members. And I sent it to 16 people and 7 people replied. Okay.
As of today.
And this is the overview. In the first 2 days, 7 people replied. Among them are Ward Donnelly, Joe Farah, Viola DuPont,
Good.
Bob Finech, Zenaida Lahan, George Soleil, and myself. Okay. We had as far as the sorry, it's being a web app, it's a little bit strange. But who will attend? So far, we have, according to this, we have 9 people attending, possibly. This is only preliminary. And the 2 top choices for lunch were roasted leg of lamb and salmon.
Cool.
Okay, as you can see by this chart. And so that's what we have so far.
So far.
Unfortunately, I think that
Does this include the installing officer?
it does not.
Does not.
I did not send a survey to them. I only sent it to our members. So there, with the installing officer, it could be 10 or 11 people.
Well, Lahan has confirmed that Mario is going to officiate.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know that, Lion Joe,
All right.
and that's terrific. I don't know his choice of lunch, but the choice of lunch has been determined by those people who have responded to the survey.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Of all that, the only thing I could really say is, or the only question I have is, how can we get people to engage, to respond to us, to do anything at all?
Lyle, I have a question about that survey. How did you send it out? What did it look like? Because I don't remember getting it.
It's an email.
It went out by email,
know.
Sharon.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, what did the email look like? Because sometimes if I don't recognize the email, I just delete it. So unless it had your name on it or the club's name on it, I probably just deleted it.
It came from myself.
Okay.
And so
I'll have to check my spam because a lot of your stuff is going into spam.
I cannot help that. That is on your end, and I cannot help that at all.
I don't understand why, but it is. I'll have to check in my spam.
I understand, and I don't think it's a big detail or a big problem.
Lyle, if I may, in answer
Go ahead, Joe.
query, what can we do? Going back 30 years, 25 years, for events like this here, we wound up making personal phone calls.
Yes.
I was going to suggest that, yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah, we'll take care of that. Because we got to know certain things, so we'll go after.
Lion Joe, I totally agree with you as far as personal contact is concerned. It's a great thing. But this is 35 years later. at what point are people going to wake up and understand that there are so many ways to contact someone that they need to be aware?
Experience has demonstrated, Lyle, that people just procrastinate.
I understand and I agree with you,
Okay.
but I don't have to like it.
No, all right. No, nobody said you have to. I don't like it either.
Yeah. And you know, this has been a huge problem with our club going back further than that.
I don't think ours is the only club that.
And I agree. But come on, people.
Yes.
Why don't you engage
Yes.
the people who are not here? Why not? There is no excuse. Either you're a member or you are not. It's that simple. And I hate to voice my opinion so loudly, but that's the way I feel.
And
unfortunately,
when you're making these phone calls, as long as you got the people on the line, ask them about bringing guests.
Yes, that's another thing. Of those that have said, yes, we'll be there, how many of those are bringing guests? We don't know, or we don't, or do we? We're going to have to find out.
I'll take care of the invitations. They'll go out in the next week or so.
Didn't they ask on the survey if you were going to bring guests or how many were coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
There were only 3 questions. Number 1 was, are you coming? Yes, no, or maybe. How many people? 1, 2, 3, 5, whatever. And what 2 entrees would you prefer? Those were the 3 questions. It was a less than a 2-minute thing. You filled it out, George.
Well, I know, but I meant it did ask how many people. So
yeah,
we got 9.
Like I said, 7 people responded, and there were 9 possible people coming. That was it.
Okay, well, let's follow up with the rest of them. If we get our, 18 to 20 people, we'll do it. It's that easy.
Excellent. You are the man.
All right. Yeah, we have to know about guests. Now, a couple of other things. This magazine here, do we get this once, twice a year, or when does it come? Anybody know?
Monthly.
Monthly, yeah.
Monthly? This one says winner 2021 Lion Magazine. Okay.
I think perhaps the actual printed magazine may come quarterly now. I'm really unsure about that.
New policy then, huh?
I'm unsure, to be very, very honest with you. I don't remember having received a physical copy of the magazine for a while now, but I get a poop pot full of emails from international and other sources that I kind of push along. The Lions magazine, I'm reasonably sure, is only quarterly.
That sounds right, because I don't recall getting it monthly anymore. Right.
Yeah, most of the magazines I get are, from the insurance and investment industry are all online now. They don't want to send you the paper anymore. And it makes it, read it or spam it or do something with it. But I think we all learned or have learned. I just looked at one tonight that was 30 some odd pages long. And here it is. It's the second, and the June copy is already here. And I flipped through it very quickly. And then I'll go back and pull out of it what I want to read. Either read it or print it. So I prefer this. As you can see, if you can see down there on the floor, there are people that send things in the regular old way. It shouldn't be old way, but in the regular way it used to come. And if you have any old copies of Life magazine, please save them. I have 4 that I can share with you, and they're all about Winston Churchill out of the 40s and early 50s. And
wow.
Well, just because I invaded the Life magazine site.
Cool stuff. Very nice.
Yeah, more stuff, right, Zenny? That's all we need is more stuff. Okay.
Bob, for your information, I also have copies of Life magazine, JFK assassination, World Trade Center, etc.
Those are historical.
Yep.
Yeah,
I've got
Steve,
some
go
here.
for it.
yeah, it's amazing what you know what's out there. So the magazines today, because I haven't seen I haven't seen this Lion magazine for a while. I'm just wondering. Okay, so we've taken care of that. So, but the things paper now are unless it's a scandal sheet that you see when you're going through the checkout counter at the grocery store. Everything else seems to. Oh, National Geographic still publishes a magazine. Okay, so that's what I know. All right.
Steve Martin, what do you got to say?
No, I have a couple of Life magazines from the 40s, World War II. They're pretty good. They're deal with that guy, the San Franciscan I was researching for a long time. I don't know if I ever shared it with you, but I have them here. They're fascinating.
July 1952. That was the year my parents were married.
Yeah. We don't want to know about your history, George. You were a twinkle in your dad's eye, huh?
He certainly was.
Not even that.
All right. Anything else for this part of our meeting that people would like to say? Good night and so forth.
I'm curious, the upcoming June 16th meeting at the Italian American Social Club, how much are they going to charge us?
What did she say? $28? Is that what she said?
She did say that, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Same as previous, Joe.
So nothing's price wise hasn't changed, but we'd like to give her a count. You know how many people will be there so they can prepare the kitchen for whatever they're preparing it for.
Who's going to show up? Show of hands.
I'll even bring my Life magazine.
Come on, George, stick your hand up there.
I'm not going to be here.
Oh,
you're off with your new trailer.
Are you taking your travel trailer out?
Yes, we're going to Tahoe.
Well, you rat bastard.
You know, and I didn't realize that it conflicted. Otherwise, I would have changed the dates.
Yeah, sure you would have. I believe that, George.
Okay.
They don't want any visitors up at Lake Tahoe.
Well, where we're going, they do.
Yeah, watch your California plates when you're up there. Okay. Unless you're over on the Nevada side, don't worry about that. Okay.
Welcome back, Bill.
Yes, Bill, you got yourself now. You're all on one device,
He's on
right?
mute.
He's muted, yes.
No, he can hear. Bill, can you hear us? He can hear us. Take it. Okay, fine. All right. So with that, we shall bring this part of the meeting to its conclusion, and now go on to the money part of it, right? I mean, well, that's the money part.
Financials.
Let's go on here to the board meeting. Okay. It's 6:56. Wow, amazing. Okay. Secretary Joe Farrow, would you please do a roll call for us,
Yes.
please?
Yes, I will. Soleil,
Here.
Joe Farah, here. Workman, here. DuPont, not here. Graziano, here. Finesh, not here. Steve Martin, here.
Here.
Sharon Eberhard, here. Robert Lahan
There.
and Zenaida Lahan.
Here.
Excuse me. This is the old board, huh?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do we have a quorum?
We have 7 bodies here, yes.
Oh, good.
7 board members.
7 board members. That sounds a little better. Okay. Do we have the previous meetings or the previous
Minutes of the
minutes of the
May 5th board meeting. The treasurer read his report and it was approved. President Bob announced that he had arranged with the Bass Cultural Center for this club to hold its installation of officers and awards event there at a lunch Saturday, July 17th. Past District Governor Mario Benavente will officiate as installing officer. Lyle Workman reported youth and community activities earned a net profit of $7,322. That's the end of my minutes.
Good. Any changes on the minutes? Anybody?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, it's been, we have a motion to approve the minutes and seconded. All those in favor, say aye, raise your hand. Do something
Aye.
like you're
Aye.
good. We got it done. Okay.
We
the
haven't
minutes-
had the attendance chairperson at a meeting for what, 4 or 5 months now? That's Ward Donnelly.
4 or 5 months. Lion Joe, it's been more like 17 or 18 months, it feels like.
No, it hasn't been that long, but anyway, it's
Yeah.
a while. Yeah.
But it's all that is published in the bulletin, so hopefully he's got it. It's not like we keep track of that anymore anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Let's move on to the treasurer's report. For those that got the financials, thank you, Lyle.
The treasurer's report. It is short and sweet, not very long, not like it has been. I'll give you the highlights. If you want me to go deeper into the numbers, I will, but I don't think
I
it's
don't think we gotta
necessary.
go deeper into the numbers. We notice we give a little money to the Lion's Eye Foundation, which is always nice.
Oh, yeah. We give lots of stuff away, and that's a good thing. And I have to say, it's not nearly as much as some other clubs, which surprises the heck out of me, to be honest with you. But that's okay. Any questions? I emailed the report to all board members. This should have received it. They have not received their reconciliations for this month because PayPal has not issued the statement yet. So
Okay,
there we go. End of report.
cool. All right. Now, on the
I'll make a
funds-
motion. We accept the treasurer's report.
Lion Sharon, is there going to be a cabinet installation?
Unmute.
You're muted, Sharon. You're still muted. Sharon will get here.
I know, I've been trying and trying.
Your fingers don't work.
Since I'm not involved in the next cabinet, I haven't really paid any attention, but I believe it's in August.
It is in August. If you'll give me a moment, I will let you know when that's going to happen. August. The
In
cabinet,
Burlingame.
the
in
cabinet
Burlingame, right?
installation will take place on Saturday, August 21st.
Yeah, in Burlingame.
I'm loading the flyer, save the date, blah, blah, blah. San Francisco Airport Marriott on Old Bay Shore in Burlingame.
Yeah.
No other details are available right now.
That's where they've had it the last 2 or 3 cabinets, I think. At that hotel.
Is anybody aware, and this is really coming out of the middle of nowhere, that the cabinet installation, the budget is $27,000?
Yeah, they spend a lot of money.
They sure do.
Where
Well,
do
what
they
I can
get it
tell
from?
you.
Is that an open bar?
I don't think so.
No, it's not an open bar.
No, I
Should
don't,
be.
I don't remember where I saw the information. It was on some report, kind of deep in the state of Texas or something. But yeah, I was very surprised at those numbers.
I think part of that is for the installing officer
Yes, the guests.
is travel and lodging, etc.
Yep.
His and hers, yes.
And also the venue. I mean, I don't think that place is cheap.
Oh, no, that one is not. I know that. What about, who pays for the nice jackets they get every year?
The members.
We do.
Individuals.
We do.
What do you mean we do?
Lion Sharon has a closet full.
I've got 3 of them.
That's almost a closet
I
full.
almost had 4, but I stuck to my guns and said no.
There you go.
No, each cabinet member pays for their own jackets. The governor pays for the ties and the scarves. And we provide our own pants and shirts and shoes and socks.
Okay.
But each individual has to pay for their jacket, and they're not cheap. Well, they're not really expensive, but
Well, I hate to
it's
date
kind of a
myself.
waste of money. It's kind of a waste of money because you can't use it for anything else because you can't get that stupid badge off of there, patch off of there.
I hate to date myself, but I was zone chairman a couple of times, and I bought a jacket, but it was not a requirement as it is now to have a particular jacket. I only had to have a navy blue coat at the time, and
Yeah.
so frankly, I still have probably both of them
Yeah.
in my closet, and I probably still wear them from time to time.
I have a blue one, a pink one, and a maroon one.
Oh, the pink one's got to be lovely.
Oh, they're all quite lovely, Robert.
Yes.
Gotta be recycled, Sharon.
Huh?
They should recycle you.
No, I'm.
Run
They-
you 3 more times.
Actually, they have a new rule now. I think I mentioned it last month that who is an international president? I think his last name was Lyon. What was his name? Martin, I think. Anyway, they apparently had LCI apparently has passed a new rule now that you can only run 3 times as a zone chair or a region chair. You cannot, do that till the day you drop. Because I know one zone chair that's been zone chair 8 times. And so they want people to cycle through those positions, and they would like it to be people who have aspirations to go higher up, like to be treasurer, secretary, and eventually governor. So I'm just telling them I did 3 times, I'm out, even though they weren't all zones.
3 strikes and you're out, huh? Is that
Well,
the
for
deal?
a while anyway. I needed a break. It's too much.
I don't want to beat up on you. You've done extremely well, I think.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah,
It's
you were
just,
there, you were present. Yes.
well, it's just that you don't realize how many meetings are involved because we have to go to every meeting the governor does. So and you're expected to go to all of these parties and all this stuff. And
And it was fortunate that it's on Zoom rather than,
that's right. I really enjoyed it this year because, you didn't have to go out and drive and try to park somewhere at night.
yeah.
So that I really appreciated. But it's a lot of work.
Okay. Thank you, Sharon, for your time and talent and so forth. And
Sorry to blabber on.
No, but you represented our club very well.
Oh, well,
So
thank
it's
you.
not a blabber.
Thank you. I tried.
Well, the fact they ask you for the 4th time means you've done it.
Well, either that or they're really desperate. No, I think because one of the former governors came up and said, he says, don't worry, you weren't on this time. He said, lots of the vice governors are willing to put you on the cabinet when they get to be governor. I said, thank you, but I wasn't overlooked this time. I chose not to do it. And he said, oh. So I had to explain to him. I'm just tired.
Well, it's nice to know that we all have other lives besides the lions, right?
Well, yeah, hopefully.
Okay. And Lyle, on the funds available for year-end donations, can
Yes,
we
sir.
take a look and discuss that? I did boom, 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 boom. How much do we have left, or are we over contributed?
It's negative.
We are not over contributed. We still have money in the bank. It's a question of those contribute. I can't talk. Those people who are, or those organizations we have contributed to previously, will we contribute to this year? And there are 4 of those. Did everybody receive the email I sent? It was kind of a follow-up to the
Yes.
financials. The only 4 that we have not contributed to this year are the Balboa High School Alumni Association in the amount of $1,800, Wilderness Camp in the amount of $400, Clinic by the Bay in the amount of $3,000, and Teen Challenge in the amount of $250. Those are the ones that we've been contributing to year in, year out for the last number of years that are not contributed to yet. And that amounts to $5,450. So
Okay.
that's,
Yeah.
hopefully that will be the last thing I really have to say about this.
Okay, let's make it the last thing. That's it. We know that I don't see, it's been a tough year for everybody, but if I don't mind that we donate to somebody, but at least like the Lions Eye Foundation, we get a little credit, we get it back, and they thank us. Some of the people that we seem to give money to, they just seem to kind of walk up the street and disappear after they got it. So we can consider some of these organizations next year, I think, when we can see how they are and what we've done, for the year. And there might be some new people in the Excelsior district that might need our help, in other areas, as well, especially as we try to recover or shift gears from where we've been for the past 12 months. God, it's been 12 months? Jeez. Okay. All right. That sounds like the treasurer's report, right?
Yes.
Is
there a
nobody
motion?
want to make a motion or anything
Yes.
else?
Anybody want to make a motion, Bill, that we accept the treasurer's report?
So move.
Yeah, Bill still hasn't unmuted himself yet. He's sitting there talking in the dark. And,
So move. I move that we approve.
Gotcha.
good. All right.
I'll
I
call this land.
Okay, everybody who think we approve it, just raise your hand. Yes, and it's passed. Thank you very much. We got it. Okay. Any old business we'd like to discuss?
Don't we have to do the, if we're going to do any of the 4 that we haven't done?
Yes. Thank you, Lion George.
Well, what do you think? I mean, 2 of them we hear from and the other 2 we don't. So that's just my thoughts.
Who are the 2 we hear from?
Well, we got a
Balboa and
long dissertation about Balboa.
Clinic by the
And,
Bay.
The clinic, even though it may have some issues right now, I think it's going to survive, and I think it's because it's in our neighborhood and so forth. I think we ought to pay a little attention to it.
Well, I kind of disagree about Balboa High School. Didn't we write a letter and ask them to explain where the money was, what the money was being used for? And we didn't get a satisfactory answer back? Or am I thinking about something else?
We did get a, what I would call somewhat satisfactory note back from Emily Powell, who was discussed, or the letter was discussed in previous meetings. I have the text of it right here in front of me. I'll read one paragraph only, and that is from Emily Powell. As a reminder, the funds donated by Lions are generally used for expenses and activities not in the school's budget, such as art materials and decorations for rallies, dances, assemblies, homecoming, and other school events, as well as refreshments for the students' after-school projects on their own time. We have a lot of makeup work to do for the lost year, and possibly more of alumni work with administration and students. So donations will be needed to get us back on track. The support of the Geneva-Excelsior Lions, or in this case, she says Geneva Lions, will be a great help. It wasn't the most factual letter that I've ever received, but I thought it was better than some things that I had received previously.
Yeah.
So
At least she responded.
they did
Oh,
respond.
she always responds. It's just that sometimes, I mean, if I'm not wrong, we just, I mean, like, weren't they supposed to sell tickets or something for us one time and they didn't end up doing that? The YNC tickets?
Some of the teams have, the baseball team, I believe, was the last participation on the youth community. There could have also been a basketball at one point, but that is not a prerequisite for
No, I
for
understand.
giving this donation. This is to support the Alumni Association. It's still somewhat opaque in my mind as to what they do with the funds. Her response this year was better than previous years, but it was still not perfect by any stretch of the imagination.
But I think we need a little more detail on where they're spending the money rather than the refreshments for the kids after the game.
As I said previously, I'm trying to keep my mouth shut on these donations.
Okay. Well, then let us, now that we've had this brief discussion, then let us pass this on to maybe our next meeting or maybe our next year, and leave it there. Okay?
So there are no motions to make any donations at year end for any of these particular organizations.
Okay.
Well,
I'm asking.
No, there are no motions from me. I don't hear anybody else.
Brian, George, you
think
were
we
gonna
should-
say?
I don't think we should just ignore all of those organizations.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could reduce the contributions,
mhm.
particularly Clinic by the Bay.
Yeah, I go for the Clinic by the Bay. Yeah. If we reduce the Clinic by the Bay to 50% of what they have now, and what we have there, and Teen Challenge we can avoid. Wilderness Camp, I think that we can avoid that too, and at least make a quote partial deduction to Balboa with the proviso that please tell us how you spend this money.
Well, I remember that in past years, we required people to come to a meeting and present their wishes to us. And I know the teen club or whatever it's called did that one year, and I don't
Teen
think they did it. Teen Challenge, and I don't think they did it after that. I don't know if anybody from the Wilderness group has ever done that or even sent a letter. I don't know.
They have acknowledged our donations.
They
in the
send
past.
letters of gratitude.
Yes.
Okay. So, I
How
don't know.
about the San Francisco Marine Food Bank?
Not if it's in
That's
your
not on the slate right now.
not on your slate right now.
United.
Let's-
We gave to
let's-
them a couple months ago, $1,000.
Yeah, San Francisco Marin Food Bank. Yeah, they do a lot of good work.
Yes, they
Um,
do.
Well, I'll go along with the rest of you. I'm not really too happy about giving money. I mean, it's not that I'm not happy about giving the money. I would like to have some communication from those people and at least ask in a letter or something why they want the money and what they're going to use it for.
Okay, that's what I want to do. If we can send a note to them saying, we are considering a donation to you in your organization. Can you tell us, please, from the past, where you spent our money, or if we give you this donation, where will you spend it this year? Please let us know by a certain date. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Is that quick enough? Short enough?
because
We've done this.
I would like to support the wilderness group, but I don't know what they do with the money.
I don't know.
The wilderness camp is a camp for the deaf.
Hmm.
They hold a camp each year. They did not hold a camp last year. I did not have time or the opportunity to see if they're going to have a camp this year.
Yeah. Well, I certainly would support that.
Yeah, same here.
We know what Clinic by the Bay does, and Emily Powell's letter serves as a response to where the Balboa money goes.
Yeah, I'm just not too sure. I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of grumpy, but I think that there could be kids could be better served by having them go to
grumpy.
something else besides
Did you not
decorations.
take your happy pill this morning?
no. Well, I'm having a bad week. I have I'm
Cataract.
having consultations for my cataracts.
Good.
And then one of my cats is very sick.
Oh,
Oh,
The kitty I can understand.
I haven't had a good week.
I'm
It's
sorry
tough
to hear that.
no,
So,
but that's why these groups are helpful. I mean, what can we do to help you?
who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll survive. It's just that
Who's gonna take you home after your cataract surgery?
my neighbor,
Okay, who's gonna take you there?
my neighbor.
Okay.
When you know when it's going to be, Sharon?
Huh?
When is it going to be?
I don't know. I went today and they they measured my eye and did some other tests. And then I meet with the ophthalmologist on Monday and see what she has to say. And then I guess if she agrees that I need to proceed with the surgery or that I can proceed with the surgery, then she'll advise me on what type of lens to have put in. And then get this, I might have to wait 6 months for the surgery because of the pandemic. They're all backlogged at
It's all
Kaiser.
backlogged, yeah. Well,
So I'm on a waiting list.
Crap.
we're all on waiting lists.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's,
Right, but let's solve this one issue right now.
yeah.
Okay. As far as Balboa and the wilderness folks are, and the Clinic by the Bay, I don't mind giving them the money, but I want to give it to say that this may be the last time you'll see us unless you're telling us exactly how you're spending this money.
Yeah. I think that's the least they can do.
All right.
I don't know what more Clinic by the Bay can tell us. We're familiar with their program.
Well, yeah, but they're going to be changing because Viela won't be there anymore. She's retiring.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Huh?
That's just retiring the end of the year, I think.
Yeah, at the end of the year, this is her last year. That's why we don't see her. She wants to go out.
I didn't know
So
she was
forth.
retiring from Clinic by the Bay.
Flowers.
Well, if she does that, we give the money to Clinic by the Bay in her memory for all the things she's done for them. That helps that.
You could do that. I just like to know what the setup is going to be when they get over to the new place. If they're
Yeah.
going to have the same clientele and everything.
Well, it's around the corner and up the block, and we can go look at it.
We can
Yeah.
always get Scott Hoagie to come fill us in, or what's the name of that lady? Gosh, what's her name? Anyway, she's the head. She's on the board. They'll come and talk to us.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We should do that.
I mean, there's Clinic by the Bay is going to be around. I don't see where they're, nobody's going to take the money and run. I think,
No.
they're spending over $1 million to redo the old medical center.
It's
I know.
way more than $1 million.
Yeah,
More.
and they have to fundraise for that.
Okay.
I think. But
All right. Well, one or two things here. Okay. We got to either give the money, and vote on it now, send them a little note. Thank you very much. Let us know where you are for next year. Or we sit on it until we get into our new year and then decide in September or October about giving the money out. What do you think?
I think we should give it out now.
I agree with George.
One more.
Somebody make a motion.
Okay, make the motion.
That we give the money to Balboa, Clinic by the Bay, and that's my motion.
Wilderness Camp and Teen Challenge. Which
Yeah,
two?
Teen Challenge.
well, I would support the wilderness camp.
Yeah,
I agree.
same.
Yeah.
I've met the Teen Challenge. I met them at General Hospital when I was there, and they were helping people that have no other access to things. So, but it'd be nice to meet them again and see what they're doing, because the one guy that showed up that time was a little sketchy.
Yeah.
So, and
Well, let's do this. If we give the money to them and tell them we expect them to come to one of our meetings early, in our year, September, October, and tell us what they're doing and so forth, so we can continue to support them.
How about, I think we need to ask them to come do that, but I think the thing is, let's make the donation and, the beginning of next year, say, we'd like you to come and tell us what's going on with your group and how we can help, and
Okay.
and see how they respond. If they don't respond, then we cut them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion on the floor to do that?
No, we do not.
Do we have any motion on the floor?
Well, I made a motion. Why don't I amend my emotion? Amend my emotion.
Amend your motion.
My emotion.
That's an old rock song, George.
That we pay Balboa, Wilderness Camp, and Clinic by the Bay.
So that's $1,800, $400, and $3,000.
Do we have the funds to do that, or should we?
We have the funds. We have the funds to spend as much as you want, up to.
Well, I think the amount we did last year would be fine.
And then how about Teen Challenge? There are no.
I think the $250 to Teen Challenge is not going to, bother us, and it might give them an incentive, and we can tell them that, hey, for us to continue this, we expect to see you next year.
So all four
Yeah.
approved then.
Yeah. You want to go back in your amendment, George?
I'll amend my emotion. Yes.
I second that emotion. Okay.
So
let's pay everybody.
I would not put a condition on the contributions we're making. I recommend we wait to see if our meeting schedule works out at the Italian American Social Club and we have firm dates and we're comfortable with it. And then we invite them to come to a specific.
Okay, I'll accept that. I like that. Let's
Yeah.
give them money and tell them they'll hear from us, okay?
So we have a motion to spend $5,450.
Okay.
Is that what we
Second
have?
to George.
Is
Yes.
that agreed?
Yeah.
Everybody agree?
It needs a second. It needs a
Second.
second.
I second it.
Brian Martin,
I did.
seconds it. So we have a motion on the floor. There's been first and seconded to send the money as donations to the organizations mentioned. Do I hear an A? Yes, raise your hand.
Aye.
Looks good. Okay,
Aye.
fine, you passed. All right, been moved second and then passed that we send the donations. Thank you.
Checks
very
are in the mail.
Subject to
mail.
review next year.
And we'll consider the rest of it next year. Now, do we have any old business that we need to take up? Not at this point.
That I know.
Any new business that we need to take up? Any
None.
bills that need to be paid?
The
No.
only bill outstanding is an administration fund bill, and that is for the production and postage for the outgoing bulletins. Be approximately $160, somewhere around there. I don't
Okay.
have the exact amount.
Well, we can handle that when it is put together, okay?
It'll be paid before the end of the year.
All right. All right. Do we have anything else we'd like to discuss? Do I hear a
No.
motion? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Okay. Do I hear a second my
I
motion?
second it.
Okay, move past, etc. We're adjourned.